Good morning. Welcome to Up to the Minute. Todd Duplantis here, and we are live at the HCCTV studios. Good to have you with us. It's hashtag Finally Friday. You made it through another work week. Congratulations. The heat of summer is upon us here in Houston, and Frank Cooper is live at his home where I imagine he has the AC turned up. Good morning, Frank.
Good morning, boss man. It's a frigid, beautiful 67 degrees in my house right now. I'm feeling lovely.
That is lovely. I tell you, what's not going to be lovely is your monthly AC bill. That's going to be that's getting brutal these days. I don't know if you've looked at it. I'm afraid to look at mine every month.
Mine's automatic payment, so I don't pay every month. I don't want to see it.
Yeah, well, you're a brave man to go with those. I know. Yeah, automatic payments are great. Because you don't see them, but it could be a double-edged sword because sometimes they take out too much or whatever, and then you're it's all messed up for you.
No, I mean that's true. The year of the winter storm, I had to make some calls and pull some pains together for that month. That was weird. I didn't know about regulation at that time. So
yeah, that's crazy though, because I heard some people were getting like $600 bills, but we digress. We could talk about this for the next half hour, the problems with rising costs, but we're not going to do that because that's not what we're here on the show. We're here to talk about HCC news and information. We got some special guests we're going to get to, Frank. But first things first, we want to thank all of those you watching us on Facebook Live and YouTube. And Frank, they can always catch us in social media and on HCCTV.
Absolutely, Todd. So right now we're streaming live on YouTube and Facebook. So for YouTube, search Houston Community College, Up to the Minute, hit the notification bell for all the latest episodes Monday through Friday. Also on Facebook, HCC District. We're also streaming on LinkedIn and Twitter as well. So let's grow the show, guys and gals.
All right, Frank, stick around. You'll be interviewing this next guest. Later in the show, Frank, we'll talk a little sports. I know you got a few things you'd like to discuss. Did you see that Nick Saban thing?
I did. It's,
yeah.
I can't
we'll talk more about that later as well. Okay, here's the guest you'll be interviewing. Anna Go, she's the program coordinator with HCC's Online Continuing Education. Anna, good to see you again. Let's see if we can get you to unmute. There we go. We can hear you.
Yes. Yeah. Great to see everyone. Thank you for having me on your show today.
Yeah, we appreciate you being here. So we're going to be with you in just a few minutes. So stick around. All right. We'll be with you in about 10. Okay. Let's kick things off right now. It is Film Friday as well. And we've got a very special guest. Ebony Powell is the co-owner and producer of 7972 Films. Ebony, welcome to the show. Thank you for being here as our Film Friday guest.
Good morning, Todd. How are you?
I'm doing good. So I want to learn a bit about your journey to becoming a producer and having your own production company. Give us a little bit of information how you got started that could maybe inspire our students.
Well, my road to becoming a producer was not conventional. I didn't go to school for it. I actually have a degree in psychology, and I taught high school English for about 12 years and did a couple of other things. I've always been a creative, really big in theater, makeup, singing, and my husband is actually a director. So we moved to Los Angeles in 2016, and he finished his degree at USC, got his master's there. And all the while I was just kind of like behind the scenes, helping him with projects and everything and doing a little bit on the side, not really for money, but just trying to help my husband out. And when the pandemic hit, we moved back to Houston, and we made a decision to start our production company. And then also I just made that leap into full-time producing, and it was the best decision that I've made.
What type of productions do you guys get involved in? Do you do a lot of commercial or businesses that you work with?
It's a little bit of everything. Yeah, okay. It's a little bit of everything. It's music videos, short films, full features, corporate stuff, anything, especially things with church, larger ministries, and
Sure.
even stuff for ourselves, things that we want to shoot for ourselves that involve our own production company.
Well, you mentioned something real important, because years ago, I used to have a production company. I also worked for one many years ago. And you got to find that balance, because you do things to pay the bills.
Yes.
And you want to do the best and be as creative as you can. But there's only so much creative you can do for doing an instructional video for Chevron or something like that. But then you also want to have those creative projects that may not make a lot of money, but they're going to fulfill your creative side. So you got to establish that balance. And sometimes that can be tough to do. How have you found it?
It's so tough. We try to do at least one or two things that come from the depths of our soul. One thing that we've been doing every year is our series called Black is Eternal, which is something that we film and produce, and we show it on our social media platforms. And it is something that we do during Black History Month. And every single day we have poets and actors and creatives that come together, and they recite prose and poetry and excerpts and monologues from films and TV. And it's just a way for us to bring awareness to Black literature, and just a little bit to add into the creative world.
How is it working with being married to your business partner? I know my wife worked with me when we had our own company, and it worked out pretty well. We keep saying one of these days we're going to do it again. Sooner or later, we're going to do it again. But some people can find it challenging.
It definitely has its days. It gets a little weird, because sometimes we're trying to figure out how to turn off business life versus home life. But also we are two individuals that love and respect each other and respect our gifts and our talents. And we lean into those different things. And so it's honestly like a great partnership. I don't want to sound mushy, but I couldn't have asked for a better business partner.
That's great. That's great. I want to ask you too, we've got Father's Day coming up, and I know you did a Father's Day video. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about that. You got anything special planned for this year? How do you top doing a Father's Day video?
Last year, I really surprised my husband because he was just like, I can't believe, you put all of this together. But it really touched him. I don't really know what I'm going to do this year. I've been thinking of maybe putting together a photo session with my husband and my two sons, Milo and Peyton. But I'm still trying to figure it out.
May we suggest a podcast or live stream? That could be a new one for you.
It
could. What's one of the goals that you'd like to achieve this coming year? Quite honestly, I totally respect the fact that you keep a thriving business, because I don't think people understand how hard it is when you have your own company, because you're always, people say you're chasing the dollar, but really you're chasing the business to keep thriving and keep the lights on and keep feeding your family. So it's a lot more than that. But what is your goal going into next year for just you and your company as well?
I definitely want to expand into producing a series. I'm in the beginning stages of writing a script right now, and I think I would just like to get through that, like fully get through it, write it out, make sure that it's good, because that, of course, can be extremely daunting.
Right. It can be. Let me ask you this real quickly before we wrap up. Where did you get the name 7972?
So my husband was a part of the speech and debate team at Texas Southern University, and the debate coach there, Dr. Freeman, he was there over 50 years, and he was just so instrumental in his life. And the couple of years that I knew him, he was just an amazing man. And he passed a couple of years ago, and his extension for over 50 years in his office was 7972. And so that was our little nod to him and our dedication to
that
just how
is
amazing
totally
he's been.
cool. That's a great story. I'm glad we got that out because that's certainly a great tribute to a mentor of yours.
Absolutely.
We appreciate you being here, Ebony Powell. You can find them online. We're going to have all the information on your social media and your website in our social media post after the show. Ebony, thanks for being here and continued success to you and your husband and your company.
Thank you, Todd. Have a great one.
Thank you. All right, we're going to turn things over to Frank Cooper, and you've got another special guest making a return appearance on Up to the Minute. She's been on Up to the Minute, the topic, been on HCCTV several times. Anna Go. Frank, take it away.
Absolutely, absolutely. Not only a special guest, but a dear friend of mine. We used to work in the same building way back when. Then she got big and popping, moved on to bigger and better things, and left us all behind. So, Miss Anna Go, program coordinator of HCC's online continuing education department. How are you doing today, Miss Go?
I'm doing fantastic, Mr. Cooper. Always happy to be here.
Awesome, Ms. Go. So besides offering courses in certification preparation and professional development, HCC's online continuing education program is a convenient way to stay connected and current in your training and education goals. So let's go over some of your courses that you offer. But let's start off with the engineering because you have some new courses right there, right?
Absolutely. So we are always wanting to survey our community, survey our employers, and see what the need is. And I'm very, very, very happy and honored to be able to offer these new engineering courses. In fact, I did not know there's over 190,000 engineers in the United States. And a large portion of our wonderful engineers, I used to be married to one, are actually in New York and in Houston. And so who knew? So we have courses from anywhere from structural to civil to design. It's really a great opportunity for existing engineers or someone that's actually looking into the engineering field to explore these courses. These courses, we do their open enrollment. You can start anytime. And they're really, and you earn professional development hours. So for those that are wanting to keep their professional engineering licensure, then that's a great way for these courses.
What about accounting and business?
We have accounting and business. That's always one of those foundational occupations too, right? So we have a charter tax program that leads to certification. We have we have the tax one, we have the bookkeeper. So we have those accounting courses too.
Now, for students who are at HCC and they want to prep for a four-year university, you have a college prep course, correct?
Yes. Well, when we say college prep, it's going to be like our GRE or SAT courses. Those are really great courses that everything's 100% online. And I think in the last 2 years, everyone has been either working remotely if they have the wonderful opportunity to do so. And so our online courses and our online catalog has only been just a really, like you mentioned at the outset, a really convenient way for our students to stay connected, to stay up to their skills and earn their credentials online.
Very, very key. The online aspect that people can start anytime, and I know that's very needed for the wife of 3 kids or the husband who's working multiple jobs to be able to put that in their schedule and not have to start at a particular date. I think that's very, very important.
Yes, and our courses, we have some that are self-guided, where the student can have up to 3 months for the course to complete their courses, or we have instructor-led, which are typically our 6-week courses. And it's fantastic because, like you mentioned, if you have an internet connection, you've got a laptop, a PC, a desktop, you are basically good to go. I should brand that since my last name is Go, right?
Copyright that now,
really,
please.
I mean, I just really. It's just a really wonderful, like I said, a wonderful, convenient way. It's the student, it's the individual that's setting up their schedule, as opposed to perhaps coming into a schedule in campus experience. So the online experience is just as robust as I always say.
And I talk about the computer applications and IT courses you have as well.
Okay. Well, we do have those. That's one of our bread and butter courses as well. And when we say IT, it can be anywhere from CompTIA, which is basic if you're any organization or any business needs a good IT person, right? So this person, the CompTIA courses prepares that individual to make sure the network's up, the email's going. So we have those are our IT courses. And recently, what's really trending now is the cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is because, again, we're all working remotely, and it's just as much, just as more important that we make sure that we secure our digital devices. So we have cybersecurity, which is really like I said, a trending course for us.
Now, for aspiring teachers, you have a teaching and education course as well for people who want to embark on that too.
Right. Well, one of my other lives at the college was I used to oversee our teacher certification program. And as a teacher, not only in Texas but across the U.S., you do have to earn so many hours to keep your certification. And so we offer courses for teachers that are coming back to get their 150 hours over the 5-year period, which is very doable. So we have courses that will go towards their CEU certification.
And I know with a lot of our departments at HCC, COVID has ravaged a lot of our classes and courses. With you guys being online, I'm assuming it didn't affect you guys as much as far as enrollment.
Well, I'm glad you asked that, and I normally don't like to brag, but since you asked me that question, I'm
brag on.
Okay. Well, as we know, in March of 2020, a lot of our lives had changed, and again, we had the brilliant opportunity to stay relevant and still keep our students connected. And so our programs have only just grown our enrollment. I mean, so in 1 month, are you ready? In 1 month, I had 12,000 students in 1 month, in 30 days. So that tells you the need and the desire and the interest for our community to want the online experience. And one of the questions I'm always asked is, well, how is online different from the in-person? Well, the curriculum is pretty much the same whether you're in person or online. I think it's just online now, you can just do everything at your own pace. Even as I mentioned, even if you have an instructor online, your instructor is there to really support and guide you from the start to the finish of your course. So I have to tell you, the online continuing education, we have only just gone from strength to strength.
That's amazing. I mean, the manpower it would take to handle 12,000 new entries for online, I know it had to be crazy during that month.
Well, we're HCC. Bring it on. I say we did not miss a beat. I mean, we have, as you know, we have our enrollment specialist who helps matriculate our students into the system. So I think there was a couple of laptops and desktops that probably burnt out. I think I had to replace mine at one point, but it wasn't because of that. But no, it's online has, again, just been a really fantastic modality for students that want to have a class. If you see a class online today, you can be in your class within minutes. It's just that fast.
Wow. So for guys and gals, if you're looking for a class structure that's suitable for your schedule, with everything that's going on with work and kids and responsibilities, the HCC online, what Anna has going on with her department is the way to go. Way to go. There we go again, right? Anna Go, program coordinator of HCC's online continuing education department. Thank you so much for making the time to come on our show again. Please come back with more stuff, okay?
Absolutely. Thank you again so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Frank and Anna. We're going to move on and cover some HCC news and announcements. One of them we're going to start with. Enrollment is underway, and HCC wants to help our students take the next step by answering all the questions you may have during virtual afternoon and evening information sessions. These are very important to take if you haven't been to HCC or you just want to refresh yourself as to how you sign up, where you go on the website. Advising, all that stuff can be answered. Thursdays and Tuesdays and Thursdays, all throughout the month of May, free, of course, and the sessions will be in the afternoon and the evening. We'll have a link in our social media post after the show, how you can sign up for that. And also coming up this next Wednesday, the Women's Roundtable is happening, Frank.
Absolutely, Todd. So Entrepreneurial Initiatives is offering an interactive series for women to share their expertise and experience in leadership. The next session is from 12:30 to 2 p.m. Wednesday, May 25th. Becoming Financially Secure by Makai Clay. So we'll have more information about that post after our show.
All right. And manufacturing summer camp. If you got teens who are going to be home during the summer, check this out. Get them a jump start and maybe a career in the future. June 6th through 10th, HCC's Southwest Stafford campus, HCC's Material Science and Smart Manufacturing Center of Excellence is offering a summer camp for high school juniors and seniors. They can learn computer-aided design, plasma cutting, and robotic instrumentation. All that and more. For more information on how you can sign your kids to attend, we'll have a link in our social media post after the show. And there are EMS classes, Frank. They're about to start out in Spring Branch.
The HCC Katy Campus Emergency Medical Services Program has moved to its new home at the HCC Branch campus just in time for the 2022 summer sessions. Students will now be able to take basic emergency medical technician, which is EMT courses, and advanced emergency medical technician, AEMT, paramedic, one coursework at Spring Branch. This prepares them to obtain basic, intermediate, and paramedic certification for an associate or applied science degree.
Okay. Another thing to talk about, we mentioned the information sessions. We want to get you enrolled here at HCC. And now is the time to register for both the summer sessions, which are going to be starting June 6th, and fall 2022. That's right around the corner as well. And you can register for both right now, as a matter of fact. Go to our website, or you can go to a campus during business hours and meet with someone in person. There are 5 ways to learn. 2 of them are online, 2 of them are hybrid. 1 of them is in-person classes. But you need to sign up early, especially those in-person classes. They are very small. Go to hccs.edu/apply, register today. Okay, Frank. Did you have a chance to see? So you're Nick Saban. You go to an event on a Sunday night, I think it was, and then you decide to just drop a bomb on Texas A&M. Oh, and your old friend, Jimbo Fisher, by saying they paid for their football team. What's going on there?
You know what? And I think I know what's going on here. So prior to Nick Saban losing to Jimbo Fisher last year, assistants to Nick Saban were like 0-17. They were winless against Nick Saban. So now that I think he sees the rise of A&M after they beat them last year in College Station, and now you see the how dare you get better, and how dare you oppose the czar, the king of college football. And this is Nick Saban mixing the pot prior to September. He knows A&M is coming. He knows that Jimbo's put together a great program that's ascending, and I think he's trying to get in Jimbo's head. I really believe that. Well,
I don't think they need any more. For the team, they don't need any more bulletin board information to want to win against Alabama. I mean, everybody wants to beat Alabama. Not many do. Texas A&M happened to be one of them. But if I remember right, that was probably one of their better games last year. The rest of the season didn't go the way they wanted.
No, I mean, with A&M, you had their starting quarterback got injured, who's a high prize recruit, and they had a lot of injuries across the O-line as well. Now they're gonna come back healthy this year. They picked up a lot of 5-star guys. But this is good for college football, primarily for the SEC. And when the SEC is good, college football is good. And Saban has dominated the SEC for so long, and I think ratings went up when Georgia beat Alabama last year.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like now that A&M is coming as well, now you have Georgia and A&M. This is great. This is what college football fans want to see.
Right. You know what college football fans are also going to want to see? Your Houston Cougars. Boy, they're going to be good next year. I got news for you. They're going to be very, very good. And then the year after that, I think they jump into the Big 10, right?
Big 12.
Or Big 12. Big 12, right. Yeah. So they'll take a big step. So it should be a good year in college football. Astros starting that upward trend that you picked about a month ago.
Yeah, I mean, I think I said a month ago the pitching is going to come together. Their offense is going to click, and yesterday they allowed 1 run to my Texas Rangers.
Yeah.
So
just to prove though, within a month you can go from the cellar to the top of the league. I think they're like the number 2 team in the league right now, as far as wins. And about a month ago they were barely treading water and not doing well at all. So you think this is going to be the way they'll be through the rest of the year?
Absolutely. I think baseball is one of those few sports where it's a marathon, not a sprint, right? Like they have so much talent, and when you have this kind of talent on an MLB roster, it's only a matter of time before you run down who's ahead of you. And right now it's the Yankees and the Astros. It looks like a collision course if both teams stay healthy. But I mean, the Angels are really good. They got a lot of talent as well. But I think as far as veteran leadership, familiarity, Astros are going to win that division again, barring any major injuries.
Well, conference finals happening in basketball. Does anyone care?
I do. I'm a Mavericks fan.
Okay.
I care a lot.
Yeah.
I care.
You been watching some of it?
Yes, I have. Now the first 2 games have been blowouts on both sides. So tonight, Golden State plays Dallas in game 2. Dallas went 11 of 49 from 3. They were 3 of 27 in the first half. So if they make their shots, it's a more competitive game. So I'm not too distraught because you can't miss that many threes in today's NBA and be competitive. So I expect them to be a more competitive game. And I'm a Dallas fan, but I have Golden State winning 6. So, but I do want to see a competitive series, hopefully.
Yeah, I'm quite honestly, I hate to say it, and I don't know why I'm saying it because I usually don't pick Dallas anyway, but I'd have to say I'd have to root for Dallas over Golden State. I mean, everybody's tired of Golden State at this point. Don't you think?
I
mean, come on.
I hope so. I am. I love Stephen Curry.
We'll pull for our friends in Dallas this time only. That's all you're going to get, folks. You're not going to get it anywhere else. So there you go. Frank, it's always good to see you on Fridays. Hopefully we'll see you again next week. And by the way, folks, get out, enjoy the weekend while you can. It's supposed to be raining starting Sunday, and they say it could rain for several days, something we need, but that'll put a damper on some plans. We'll be back Monday morning live right here at Up to the Minute. We have some special guests. The Asian American Pacific Islander Month in Mental Health Monday will be featuring Dr. Nausheen Pasha Zaidi, on the show. Also, it's Music Monday as well, Frank. You may want to tune in for that.
Our guest, Emmanuel J., will talk about May being Mental Health Month and is a moment of transparency in his latest EP. So just check that out on Monday, ladies and gentlemen. All right. We'll see you next week, Frank. We'll see all of you Monday morning live right here at 10 a.m.